Hello and welcome to this episode of the Fire Emblem Path of Radiance Let's Play. So on this sad note, let's get ready to start this episode with even more sad dialogue. So yeah, it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone who's been paying attention to what's been going on with Shinnon and Gatefeed so far. And so yeah, as Ike is saying, like Shinnon really doesn't like Ike, and Gatefeed doesn't really respect him either. So yeah, they both left because they only respected Commander Grail, and since he's dead, then they just don't have, they just don't want to be there anymore. And yeah, this is a Fire Emblem game, so there's no way you won't find more units. I like how Ike didn't even say anything to Boyd and he still decided to call him boss. That's so weird that a tactician asked what purpose would he have in a mercenary group. Like, that's so weird, especially in a war situation. Like, that's exactly what everyone wants. So that's the most important part, that we finally get our convoy, if you're familiar with Fire Emblem games in general. But not only do they function as a convoy, they also function as a shop. So weapons, items, and you can also forge weapons in this game. So that's pretty nice. Forging weapon in this game is basically like buying an upgraded version of an existing weapon. So like forging a iron sword would just be having a stronger version of that iron sword. And yeah, that's kind of funny. She literally said everything that needed to be said. So now we finally get this screen. So this is where we can buy items, trade between our party's inventory, and like that's also where we get to do the support conversations. So yeah, this screen is pretty much really helpful. So as you can see, I'm dropping the chest key in the convoy for now. And also, as you might have seen, I'm pretty sure like any type of of important items that Gateway or Shinan had, they were put in the convoy, but I think they keep their weapons with them, which is kind of sad. I should have like taken Gateway's lances. That would have been useful for us. So yeah, right now I'm kind of not sure what I'm doing with the bends. Like keep it in mind that I'm doing this in post commentary, so I don't even remember what my past self was doing at this point. But I guess right now is the place where I should explain bonus experience. But I'm not actually gonna give anyone any experience right now, but maybe I should have, because like when you'll see in the actual chapter, like I got really bad level ups, and in this game getting bonus experience is probably a better way to make sure that you get like the experience that you need. Also for support conversations, the only one I have is Ike and Oscar, and I don't really want to do that, so we're gonna wait for that as well. But right now we're having a conversation with the merchants. And so yeah, this is Amy, and as you might see later on, she's kind of a simp, and that's kind of weird because like she's simping for Ike, and he's kind of like, he has like spiky blue hair, and like her name is Amy, so it kind of reminded me of like Sonic and Amy from the Sonic franchise, obviously. So yeah, they basically just explain like what we already know. And so yeah, they all have their specialty, but it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Just that Mustang sells weapon, Amy sells other items, and the twins, there's George, and he's the one we sell things to. And the other one, I forgot his name, Daniel, he's the one who forges weapons. So that's pretty interesting, but I'm not gonna forge any weapon right now. I'm being kind of conservative with my money for now. So this conversation called unknown. Yeah, so Titania is taking this really hard because as it's been hinted at so far, she was kind of in love with Grail, so that's kind of sad. That kind of sucks. This one is an interesting one as well. But yeah, all these conversations are 1 star, so that means it's basically just a bit of story info, but nothing like too important. I think 2 stars are like valuable information, but nothing like no items, and I think 3 stars are you get an item at the end. I think that's how it works, but I'm not exactly sure. And yeah, that's why I'm saying that it's pretty interesting because Rolf also lost his parents, but at the same time he has his brothers, so everything was fine for him. So that's why he's saying that Mist is gonna be fine. And I don't think that Ike realized that just yet. So yeah, this is what I was referring to before. That even if their parents were not there, that Rolf actually had 2 older brothers that could care for him. So it's way better than being alone, which is something that Miss said she really didn't want to have to go through at the beginning of the chapter when I wasn't talking. And finally, the conversation with Rice. Rice is kind of a forgettable character, but it's nice seeing moments like this. Like that's a thing that Fire Emblem has always been good at. Like even the most forgettable characters that don't have any impact on the story, they always have like these types of little moments or conversations where you get a bit more information about the character and like their personality and everything like that. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so we're done with the conversation right now. So there I saved just to make sure I don't lose my progress. And yeah, I cut it out of the video, but I changed a bit like the items around a bit just to make sure that everyone has like decent level ups, I guess. Well, I actually try to have decent level ups, but as you will see, that doesn't really happen with everyone. But yeah, part 1 videos are gonna have way much more dialogue and like doing things in the base before the chapter, but I'll try to like get a little bit of the chapter in just to make sure that there's some gameplay at least. But this is a Fire Emblem chapter, so outside the window we can see that we're actually surrounded, because of course we would. So yeah, this chapter is kind of important for Mist's character development. Not only for her character development, but also for exposition, I guess. And if you can hear the sound and look at what her medallion looks like, you can see that it's actually the the beginning of every chapter. That's what happens. And it's actually important, and it makes sense when you know what that medallion is, but I obviously won't spoil it for now. And yeah, as you can see, we're really not a lot of units against a larger army. but our position is so defendable that this chapter is pretty much not a challenge at all. Like, we could just sit in the corner right here and defend. We only have to defend for 8 turns, so it's not that bad. But as you can see, there's somebody over there with a unique portrait, so obviously that means something in Fire Emblem, but we're gonna get to that a bit later. So yeah, I'm saving again because I'm kind of scared of losing all my progress. Also, another important thing about this chapter is that the boss actually has an item that we want. So we actually do have to go out of our way if we want the item, I think. Like, I'm pretty sure the boss doesn't move if you don't, like, aggro him first. So this job will go to Titania because, like, it's the safest bet. And like, she's like probably one of the only one that can survive this many attacks from knights. I'm gonna send Oscar to the right because he also has like our highest defense, and though he's not gonna be able to really do a lot of damage to the armor knight, I'm gonna send his brother with him to hopefully like make him, like, give him some assistance. I'm gonna put Ike to the left because of the special someone up there, and obviously I'm gonna put Soren with him. Mia is gonna go with Titania to hopefully get a bit of experience, and Rice is gonna stay in the middle because I need him to be available for every part of this chapter, you know, just in case. Nice critical hit to open up the chapter with. But yeah, I feel like in every chapter I'm just giving way too much experience to Titania every time, but as you can see, like, we have kind of a lot of bonus experience, so we're gonna be using that to give more experience to the characters we want to use later on. But yeah, I equipped the hand axe just so they couldn't attack me at a distance without getting counter-attacked, and I hopefully did it to leave like some of them with low HP so Mia could get the experience. And another critical hit. Now Oscar has pretty decent defense, so, and he's fast, so he has absolutely no danger at all over here. I mean, the steel lance still does kind of a lot of damage, but it's fine. And normally he would have been able to double, but the iron lance is broken, so he couldn't double, but it really didn't change anything. And I think that's the first time we see a longbow, which is an item that I think doesn't show up in every Fire Emblem. Like, I'm not even sure if it shows up in Awakening, but it definitely doesn't show up in Three Houses. But I think in Three Houses there's like more opportunities to attack from a longer distance. I don't know, I haven't played that game in a while. And yeah, on the left side, I was kind of scared all throughout this chapter, as you will see, but it's pretty okay. Like, I wish I could dodge a little bit more, but we're fine for now. Especially since like there's only 2 of them that can attack him at a time. And honestly, I could have made it so only one of them could attack him, but I just wanted this part of the chapter to go faster. But yeah, this is actually gonna be the end of this part. I'm not gonna put too much of the chapter in there, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and